Yeah, so I think gamification is certainly very interesting because a lot of people have a, I would say, misunderstanding of gamification, right? A lot of people think, okay, early on, all people focus about is the shiny stuff, right? The feedback, the badges, the points, and leaderboard and stuff like that, right? This is everything people, the entire industry is focused on.
Yeah.
And then I think some, more sophisticated consultants start to say, okay, we have to understand consumer behavior as well. What behavior are you trying to drive? And then there's actually psychology involved in how do you present this data back to the user so it's more effective, right? And then people start to say, okay, then I need to kind of, in order to drive those behavior, I need some rules to kind of help me, feedback to the user so that he know what kind of behavior is desirable, what kind of behavior is not desirable, right? So they start to focus a little bit on the rules engine, but very few people look at the behavior analytics, right? So that's essentially trying to understand what a user actually did, right? I mean, so it's easy to kind of understand how much he did something, right? That's just a count, right? Everybody know how to count, I think. So it's one of those things that I'm always a little bit kind of almost as a joke. When I come into the industry from academia, I always thought like analytics, that got to be something pretty sophisticated, machine learning stuff, right? But a lot of it,
they just count.
It's descriptive. It's just counts, and then you apply simple, arithmetics, grade school math, and then to summarize the data, right? And not even like sophisticated statistics. Like few people even talk about standard deviation. Like maybe in some healthcare you do, but you kind of have to. And talking about predictive and prescriptive, right? There's a lot of room to apply predictive and prescriptive analytics in this loop because basically it's that okay, if I want to increase this user's behavior X, I want him to like share more. Okay, what kind of stuff? How should I do that? Right. So that's essentially a prescriptive analytics. Right. I'm trying to optimize his behavior because out of all the stuff I could tell him to do, which feedback mechanism should I take to ensure that he does more of X, which is sharing, for example. So that's an interesting thing that we could apply there. And predictive analytics is also very interesting, like because you actually allow you to understand user behavior a lot more, right? So the quantitative stuff is fairly easy to understand, like how much. So for example, how much people share, how much people retweet, and those are very easy. But can we understand things that are a little bit more qualitative, right? Is he retweeting stuff that are helpful? Is he retweeting stuff that are just garbage? So that's is he if he publish like blogs or videos, is he publishing good content like that people like or so how do you determine the quality of the content? So clearly there is something that, okay, there's a simple way to solve that. I could use social feedback, right? The good content are the ones that, are going to gather a lot more kind of retweet and share, right? I could use that method, right? But that requires you to have essentially established a kind of a good community of a sort, right? So people have to know that is look at it, right? So a lot of times when people, put out content, nobody tweet. Maybe it's not. Sometimes it's because it's bad, but sometimes it's because people don't know about it. Right? So having a predictive engine to say, okay, this is actually good content, right? Is really helpful as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we could do there to use data and different types of analytics to drive essentially user behavior. Yeah.